June 6, 1944. Omaha Beach, Normandy, the tide rises, landing craft pound the surf, German guns roar from the cliffs, the sky is dark with smoke, the water foams with bodies. Thousands of Allied soldiers are pouring ashore. The world holds its breath. And amid the chaos, one man prepares not to kill the enemy, but to save his comrades. This is the story of Waverly Bernard Woodson Jr., an American medic whose courage would shine in the darkest hour. Waverly Bernard Woodson Jr. was born on August 3, 1922 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His father was a postal carrier, his mother a homemaker. Young Waverly grew up in a country divided by race, but also defined by hope. At Overbrook High School he excelled and then went on to study pre-medicine at Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. But in December of 1942, with war raging across the world, he put his dreams aside and enlisted in the U.S. Army. He scored high on aptitude tests and began training with the Anti-Aircraft Artillery Officer Candidate School. But because of segregation, he was redirected into medic training and then assigned to the only African-American combat unit to land on D-Day, the 320th Barrage Balloon Battalion. His path was defined by bravery, by service, and by the belief that no matter the obstacles, he would help others. In early 1944, Woodson and his unit trained at Camp Tyson in Tennessee, mastering the deployment of barrage balloons, large tethered balloons designed to deter low-flying enemy aircraft. These balloons, floating above beaches and landing zones, were meant to shield the assault forces, but Woodson's role would become far more direct and far more dangerous. As D-Day approached, his unit sailed across the English Channel, bound for Normandy. At 21 years of age, Waverly Woodson would soon step into history. Dawn breaks June 6, 1944, landing craft churned toward Omaha Beach. Woodson boards an LCT landing craft tank with his comrades, enemy shells explode in the water, mines detonate beneath them. According to historical accounts, the craft struck a naval mine, lost power, and drifted toward shore. German 88 guns shredded the boat. Woodson was hit by shrapnel wounds to his groin, inner thigh, and back. Yet despite his injuries, he refused to stay down. He crawled into chest-deep surf, waded ashore, and immediately set about his mission. Under heavy small arms fire and artillery, Woodson and other medics established a field dressing station beneath a rocky embankment by German defensive positions. For an estimated 30 continuous hours, Woodson treated wounded men, white and black alike. He set limbs, removed bullets, applied sulfa powder, gave plasma transfusions, amputated a foot, and in one case rescued drowning British soldiers. Over 200 men are believed to owe their lives to his courage that day. He collapsed from exhaustion and blood loss only after the mission had passed, but not before he had already done more than his duty. After D-Day, the war carried on. Woodson continued to serve. But off the battlefield, the fight for recognition had just begun. He returned home, went back to school, and resumed his medical studies, determined to turn his wartime experience into a lifetime of helping others. After the war, Woodson earned his degree in biology from Lincoln University. He was later recalled for the Korean War and eventually worked for decades at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, Maryland. First in the morgue at Walter Reed Army Medical Center, and then supervising clinical pathology. In his civilian life, he married, raised a family of 3 children, and lived quietly. But his legacy as a medic and hero endured. Despite his extraordinary actions on D-Day, Woodson's valor was not properly recognized for decades. Racial discrimination, missing records, including those destroyed in the 1973 fire at the National Personnel Records Center, and institutional inertia all played a part. His commanding officers recommended him for the nation's highest honor, the Medal of Honor, but the award never came. Instead, he received the Bronze Star and a Purple Heart. Over the years, historians and lawmakers kept his case alive. In June 2024, he was posthumously awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, the Army's second-highest medal for valor, at a ceremony on Omaha Beach itself. His family and supporters continue to campaign for the Medal of Honor he earned, but never received in his lifetime. Woodson's story is not just one of battlefield heroism, it's a reflection of American history. It shows how black soldiers fought not only a foreign enemy, but also segregation and prejudice. His service in the only African-American combat unit to land on D-Day, the 320th Barrage Balloon Battalion, marks a milestone of inclusion and sacrifice. Today, numerous honors memorialize him. A health clinic named in his honor, archival collections, and recognition in both France and the United States. His sacrifice continues to inspire new generations of medics, soldiers, and citizens who believe in courage, service, and equality. Waverly Bernard Woodson Jr. died on August 12, 2005 in Gaithersburg, Maryland at the age of 83. He is buried at Arlington National Cemetery. His journey from a young pre-med student in Philadelphia to a medic under fire on Omaha Beach is a testament to what one person can do in the face of overwhelming adversity. Let us remember his name. Let us honor his courage. And let us ensure his story is never forgotten. Thank you for watching.